Babu, with Gabby out injured, likely that you're going to be playing more of a role over these next few weeks. How do you feel about that?
I mean, obviously unfortunate for Gabby, but I'm always ready. I've been preparing for, my opportunity and be on the squad as much as I can help the team. So I'm ready.
And looking at San Antonio, obviously they're a team that have had a lot of success. What do you think is going to be the key to stopping them on Saturday?
I think that's the challenge we need. We have a very great group of guys and very talented people, so we need this kind of challenge to send a big message in the league. I think what we need more is to match their energy, because they're going to come with intensity. For me, it's personal against them. I've been playing against them since I started my pro career, and I know how it is. I know how it is to play against them and what it requires to be on that field to finish 90 minutes against those people. So winning that game will be a really big thing for us as well.
You guys played a really tough opening schedule, playing basically San Diego back-to-back, now playing San Antonio. How does the team and you personally keep a level head to where it's a rough season, but hey, it's a long season and there's a lot of football left to play?
When it all starts here, how we challenge each other, when we play against each other, it looks like we're playing a game. So the harder it gets in here, the easier it gets out there. We found out that against San Diego, we were not really, what we needed to be. We were just basing it off of our talent, but after that, we realized what it takes, and that we can't disappoint ourselves. At this point, we're not putting everybody else in front. We're putting ourselves first, which matters. We talk about the fans, past years, and everybody else, but this time, I see everybody wants to do it for themselves, which how we're gonna get this franchise more successful.
You mentioned that San Antonio playing against them will be something that's personal for you.
Yeah.
What's something that you're working on in practice this week specifically?
Matching the aggression, because they always want to come and show a certain type of energy, whereas they will bully everybody, they will win their 1v1s, and personally for us, that's what we need to work on more, and go into that game knowing that every 50-50 is what's going to win the game. Every matchup, win your battles, take pride in making sure whoever is against you, you dominate them, because that's what's going to win this game. Individual battles, nothing more matters. Showing them that you're tougher, you're more ready mentally. So yeah.
Obviously in that last game, it felt like you dominated a lot of the play as a team, and yet could only get on the score sheet the once. What were you guys saying to each other in the locker room after that match?
It wasn't happiness. I mean, it seemed like we were all excited here, but when we got in the locker room, we knew that we have to be more clinical. We could play beautiful football however way it seems to the fans, and they can all clap, but we don't clean our chances, we get punished, because we dominate games for 90 minutes or 70 minutes. Teams get one chance and then they bury us. So it's no point to play pretty if you're not being dominant in the final half. So coach has been making us work so hard to finish like working how we just gonna bury every chance or finish every play, let it end with a goal kick, a corner or throw, so that we can recycle instead of getting counted again.
It was a team you did the double over San Antonio last year, despite them winning the title. So what was the key in those games, do you think?
Well, the same thing that I've been here longer than most of these guys was that we're telling them we were not as good as we wanted to be last year, but we took the San Antonio game personal. And if we take the same mentality to this game, it would be nothing less. Because me personally, I knew that every guy that I went there with, it was just reckless. It was just something that they wanted to put me down and embarrass me. And I don't condone that. I make sure everywhere I go, especially that team, we just focus and make sure everything that's in front of me stays in front of me, nothing behind.
Seeing the USA play Mexico last night, how inspiring is that for you and your teammates to see the game played at that level here in the Valley?
I mean, we were there watching the game. We were excited to see them play, but everybody has a goal, and me and some of the guys that were in there, we want to get to that level. We want to play against caliber of players like that, get to that level. We don't just want to stay at one place, and the challenge we do here is what's going to get us there. Last year we didn't know what the problem was. This year we see problems and we're able to solve them, because once you're out, somebody else is there. Last year I knew regardless of what, there will not be much rotation. This year, if you slack one bit, even if you score a goal yesterday, you might not be in the squad today. I don't know if I'm going to play. And everybody is sad. It's personal. You're not happy with the coach. You don't like him as much, but that's his job, and that's how it's supposed to be. You go home, you think about what you need to do to make it harder for him to put you in there. So
We've seen a change in the tactics this year compared to what you guys were at the start of last year. How do you think that suits your game?
It requires a bit of change because I have power going forward, and like I do make a lot of direct runs, but this year we are focused on building our own game, whereas we have a style that everybody should know. This is how we play. We see a lot of critics or hear, which people don't understand why that happens, but the way we play makes it difficult for teams to understand why we're making this happen, because we can go all the way up and then recycle back. A player doesn't want to shift from one end to the other. I, as a defender, I don't like to move and then move back. So this style that coach brought in, we're really buying into it, which we had problems doing last year. So the fact that everybody's buying into it, obviously we haven't had our first win at home, but once we do, I think that will be the kickstart of everything we need.